Okay guys, so it's a part 3. Unfortunately, however you want to look at this, go ahead and I'm not sure what I'm gonna call this intuitive reading, but they're like 2 introductions. Okay, go ahead and listen to them, the 2 videos that preceded this video. Okay, I still want to talk about more in regards to the aspects. We're undergoing a purging. Okay, we're all undergoing purge. We're being purged, and this purge is, for some of us, we are experiencing ascension symptoms. Okay, and these symptoms are when you are for some having a spiritual awakening, but for those who have already had a form of spiritual awakening, this is really ascending to higher frequencies. Okay, and this does affect the pineal gland and your cranial nerves on a physical level, your cranial nerves. And so you may feel a lot of pain in your neck, at the back of your head, in your neck, to halfway in your back, right? And this is because our senses are being heightened, because once we ascend to higher frequencies, we become more sensitive to energies and frequencies, and that does shift the frequency of the pineal gland. Okay, and also we're dealing with a lot of dark energies and forces at this time, during this Pluto retrograde, which, like I said, we're in the shadow of, as a matter of fact, of going direct in Pluto, but nonetheless it's still retrograding. And with Capricorn retrograding too, we're coming out of the dark life lessons and hardships, right? And a lot of this has to do with our reputation, family systems, workplaces, wealth, okay, or jobs, okay, curses as well, theft, okay, deceit, addictions, okay, evil spirits and entities, okay, limitations. And so there's a much limitation right now, okay, and limitations because of hindrances from the past. Okay, and this also includes envy, covetousness, hatred, okay, toxicities, okay, death, sex, transformation, the afterlife, the astral plane, rebirth, okay, inheritances, okay, pestilence also. And this is like also the resurfacing of a lot of viruses and diseases, but on a different level or plane, but nonetheless, okay, nonetheless. So our senses are undergoing a transformation. Once Pluto goes direct, things aren't gonna seem that bad. Let me just say that, in terms of feeling stuck or confined. Okay, many people are right now working at home, and the truth is, with in the 11th house you got Taurus, but also we got Uranus retrograding in Taurus. What we do for work is undergoing a transformation because it is time for that. And the truth is, this is not to say once Pluto goes direct, things are going to go back. No. Okay? It's really to say that things aren't going to seem that bad because we're getting used to what we have discovered or what has happened or begun to happen during the Pluto retrograde. And there's a very, 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 very important lesson in getting used to things, okay? And getting used to changes and knowing that change is the only thing that's constant. And once you get used to, because like really going down into, a lot of you are going to discover that, okay, and you're going to realize, a lot of you going to realize and accept that, listen, I realized I was brought up in a very dysfunctional family. You never thought those people were that cruel. Like, you always knew they were imperfect, as everything and everyone is. But you never knew they were that wicked and evil. And the truth is, many people are dealing with their shadow selves and have been dealing with their shadow selves since Pluto retrograded in Capricorn. And that started April 27. Yeah. And we'll go direct in Capricorn in set frequency the 6th of October. But a lot of people have shown their true colors. And listen, once Pluto goes direct, like I said, it's not going to be that bad because the emotions are not going to be so heavy and high. Okay? This is a shadow period in which people are showing their true colors. But remember, there are lessons here because that's the importance of the retrograde, for you to go deep down under to see what's underneath the surface. So once Pluto goes direct, Jupiter goes direct, whatever blessings are coming in for some of you, okay? Transformation to your prestige, okay? That's going to also come in, yes, all of that's happening in October, okay? Transformation to your prestige, receiving, your karma, receiving your rewards, okay, good or bad. Once that happens, okay? Once that happened, don't forget all that was unveiled and revealed to you during the retrogrades. Saturn's retrograde, Pluto's retrograde, Jupiter's retrograde. When shit wasn't so good for you. When you were seemingly stuck financially. When it seemed as though you were going in a cycle, meeting the same toxic people. Remember all of what them people had to say about you and to you. Remember what these people who you thought were your people had to say about you and to you. Remember everything that was brought to your realization. And even also with this retrograde, this Mercury retrograde, this too is very important because this is like the final leg of the race where you're doing the finishing touches, and you're really cleaning up shit and wiping shit off, and accepting things as they are, because you're not making things look better than they really are. You're just accepting them now. You're cleaning off yourself. You're getting up, cleaning up yourself, and you're deciding to move forward. Because you've been reflecting. Okay? Your senses are heightened. Okay? You realize, and now you accept. And now it's time to transcend and continue on your life path. Okay? Yeah. So a lot of you, like for example, I can say for myself, there are a lot of stuff that I've posted on my social media. Fenikusu Joso, that Instagram account specifically, and the Gray Witch channel. You search for that channel, that YouTube channel on YouTube, of course, the Gray Witch. That's the name of it, okay? You will know because it has the same picture that you see for this channel. That picture of me when my hair was braided. Okay? You will know. So, when you see that picture and the title of that channel is The Gray Witch, then that's me. Then you know that's me. I posted most, if not all, most of my videos that I posted to my Fenikusu Joso Instagram, in which I revealed a lot of dark secrets that were unveiled and revealed to me. Because the truth is, I know a lot of you are going through this, and it doesn't seem that way to me that much. I know this by the aspects and the frequencies, because I don't go out that much. I don't go out really. So I don't really know really, but energetically, frequency wise, I know other people are going through what I have been going through, similar, experiences. And I posted a lot. And I'm the type, moon in Aquarius, I don't hold on to the past. I tend to feel very deeply. Hey baby, I'm recording. I tend to feel very deeply, but once I just accept that, okay, that's just you, this is me, I move on. That's me. I don't stay stuck in the past. I don't linger. And people, they wonder, a lot of people have done such cruel things to me, where in which they did them with the expectation of me to go crazy or to lose my grounds or my stability, my mental stability, and that didn't happen. Okay? And to whom much is given, much is expected. And the Spirit allowed me this harsh path, because there are great rewards to that. There's no way I can compare the suffering to the blessings that are to come in, right? But Spirit, Spirit allowed me to go through them experiences because Spirit knows I'm strong enough to. Okay? Spirit knows, right? But the retrogrades, they have really opened me up to face my shadow self. I always wanted to put my best foot forward and always be this optimistic, loving, forgiving, generous, nice, caring body of light. And I will return to that. But first I have to deal with the dark shit that really makes me angry and brings out that shadow side of me. Okay? I really had to deal with that. Okay? Such as telling people off. And like I talked about in, I think, that ego video. Okay? That picture, I don't remember what I titled that video, but you see that picture with the word ego, with this person who, that's really someone's mind, them seeing themselves, mentally as this big person, the sun, that is like the largest, body in this, solar system, and all the planets revolving around it. It's like some people who are so egotistical, okay, where which everybody revolves around them, as the planets revolves around the sun. Okay? So I had to like tell people off and tell people how they really looked, because there are people who were so jealous of me, and they were like saying such nasty, mean things about me to me, to try to deplete and to deteriorate my self-esteem. Narcissistic people as well, people who don't feel good about themselves, because the truth is, once you do feel good about yourself, you don't find the need to want other people to feel bad about themselves. You want other people to feel good about themselves. And that's how I know when someone really and authentically loves themselves. And I'm not I know how it feels being in a toxic connection, being with someone who doesn't love themselves, pretending to love themselves. And like all the pain and sorrow that has caused me is enough for me to not allow myself to get with just anybody. I had to revisit my past of dealing with a speech impediment that I had whilst growing up. Besides just dealing with the past and the subconscious and, inadequacies and bruises and pain and lack that we had to suffer. Okay? That too is a part of it. And, I go over and I listen to myself in a lot of the videos and I'm like, for real, for real? Why were you talking like that? But the truth is that that's an aspect of my shadow self. And the shadow self is the part of us that we're not proud of. I'm not happy to have to be in a frequency where I have to tell people, you're a whore, I'm not a whore. Because they feel like they're a whore because of poor choices they made in the past. And they're trying to put that insecurity and that pain and that issue that they don't want to deal with on me. It doesn't feel good. Like if you go and visit my Sky Goddess Infinity Instagram, it's not, the link is not below, but you just go and search for that. You'll see my picture. I don't have access to that account anymore. Okay. But if you go and you will know that's me once you see the picture and you see the energy I was in when I was not in my shadow self. How optimistic and perky and so happy I was. And a part of, dealing with my shadow self was people seeing me, envying me, seeing because I was so happy and detached from all the drama that they try to put me through to keep me stuck in. I wasn't miserable. I wasn't bitter, which was what they wanted. And it made them so angry that they, resorted to witchcraft and sorcery. And that's when they turned the antics up. And they be like constantly doing that. And they think that I don't see what they're doing. Them going around me in circles, like literally. Like they're trying to trap me in a circle. But that's not going to work. Them looking at me and them projecting on the food that I'm eating, projecting on my face to scar my face. Like y'all saw, if you go and visit my Sky Goddess Infinity, my Fenikusujoso Instagram, even my Sky Goddess Infinity Inc. Instagram, where you saw this dark film around my face, my neck and the rest of my body was of a different tone, my authentic tone. Because the point is, they were trying to destroy my face. Nah, I was too happy, too beautiful, regardless of all the BS they try to put me through. And I would come off social media. I wouldn't post anymore. I wouldn't be so confident because I'm shallow like them. That's what they thought. And it was, Asher, put that down. Stop the digging. And that too is another thing, them constantly sending the children outside to constantly make noise to disrupt my videos. But that's that Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, dealing with toxicity, dysfunctional, dark, hateful people from your bloodline. That's too a part of it. I don't want any noise out there. Please stop the beating. Stop, Asher. And go inside, or I'm not gonna play the checkers with you because you're making me angry because you're doing what you're not supposed to do, which is to disrupt my video. Okay? Put that down, and you're not supposed to be playing with that. That's dangerous. Put it down. I'm not gonna play any more checkers with you, any at all, if you don't listen. So yeah, they were trying to distort my appearance because they think that, and that's the thing, never think that everyone thinks like you. You have to understand that we are individuals. Okay? That's something that all the other frequencies they struggle with other than Aquarians, because we rule individualism.
What?
You know what you're doing, Asher. You need to go and read some more because school is still in session though you're on lunch. So if you've had something to eat and you're bored, go and read something until school comes to an end, okay? All right, be a good boy. So, they thought I was shallow. But small-minded people, they have not the mental capacity to understand that, hey, separate bodies, separate energies, separate way of thinking, okay? And majority of the human population has that one-track mind, that one-track mindedness, that small-mindedness, that, very small, menial mentality. And I thought to myself sometimes to remove the videos, and I said, I'm not fake. I don't want to just, me dealing with my shadow self makes me realize that, hey, I've got a shadow side. I've got a shadow self. Me deleting them videos is just not going to erase my shadow self. And there are certain things that needs to be exposed. Because these people, the people I spoke about on my Instagram and the Great Grey Witch channel, they need to be imprisoned. And I've gotten prophecies, and I've seen in my own readings they're gonna, because whilst in their shadow selves they've allowed themselves to do unseemly things, cruel, unlawful, unseemly things. And like for me, I will never forget everything that they've done, even manipulating my children. And that too is a part of the retrograde, doing the unthinkable, the unseemly. And that is why I am the hermit. I keep to myself, because I'm not into the five of wands, the drama, the arguing, the back and forth with people. That's gonna hinder me from progressing. If I was into that, I wouldn't know what I know about astrology. I talked about that in that video, voodoo on your wealth. It's also resist them exes, okay? Because it had another name, voodoo on your money, but I was led to rename it, okay? Resist them exes, voodoo on your wealth / purpose, because that's what the video was really about. Okay? Once you're stuck in that 501's frequency, you'll never progress. You don't have to go to universities to learn. You can learn from spirit. Spirit can teach you if you allow yourself to be teachable and detached from the drama. Okay? And I know once Pluto goes direct, I won't be like, I know how I be like right now. I be like telling people off, but that too is a part of the process. I'm going to go back to my mellow, calm self. Not exactly. I'm going to be more balanced, in which I'm going to tell people off when I need to tell them off, but not all the time. Not like I can already tell how I'm going to be, because I feel it. I'm Aquarius. I see things before they happen. And pretty much I can feel how I'm going to be, because we are in the shadow of Pluto going direct. So I'm not going to be that naive or oblivious, but I'm not going to be angry. I know what you're trying to do when you come at me and say certain things. I know what you're trying to do when you come and you try to pull a conversation out of me. I know what you're trying to do when you're going around the house in circles and you're going around the street in circles. I know that's a ritual you're doing, pretending that you're doing some spiritual ritual or praying or exercising. Y'all don't exercise, okay? You're not fooling me. I see the animal blood all over the place. I'm very observant. I look naive, but I'm not naive, and I never was. I just see things and leave them alone. See people business and leave it alone. Hallelujah. Yeah. I just see people business and just, that's how I just was. But I realized no, a lot of these people, they've been making my business their business, and try to make their business my business. So I had to, deal with their business, okay? So I can focus on my business. And so I know this resonates with a lot of you, because these are experiences that you're also having. Stagnancy in regards to money and finance. It seems as though your job is just not progressing. And however Spirit has to make that manifest. Whether it's some hateful, narcissistic, jealous entity or person who just comes across your way. They don't know what you've been through, and they try to put some spell on you or some curse on you. So it can manifest in many different ways. And we're going to be dealing with memories from the past and, the subconscious all the way through to December. Because remember, Neptune will still be retrograding in its own frequency. Okay, a lot of astral travels, wanting to escape reality. Dealing with lethargy, addictions to being kind of emotional, and that too is a part of the Pluto in Capricorn, being emotional about these evil forces and these toxic energies around us. But the truth is, like I said, it's not going to be so bad once Pluto goes direct in Capricorn, okay? And Saturn also goes direct in Aquarius. There are going to be sudden changes and ends to whatever it is that we're going through. And sudden reaping of rewards, okay? Good or bad, okay? So a lot of people are stuck at home because of what's really happening. It's the frequencies that are bound. That's going to change in the middle of October. So if you're stuck at home right now, if you're not making much money, nobody's making much money right now. That's nothing for you to feel self-conscious about or, funny about. Nobody's making much money right now. There's just few people who are making money. And the money that they're making, they could be making way more money than what they're making right now. Okay? And trust me, even if you're making billions, you could be making more billions. Yeah, if it weren't for, the frequencies abounding. But what can you do? We all have to yield and be submissive to the frequencies abounding. It don't matter how much spell work we do. We gotta submit. We gotta be submissive, okay? Lord, I've done so much spell work. Forgive me, Great Spirit. And forgive me for, the cruel thoughts I've had, being in my shadow self. Okay? I know some of them thoughts weren't good. Yeah? But I ask for your forgiveness. Okay? But I'm telling you, man, for some people, they are going to face serious karma, because the truth is, a lot of these people, this is just their propensity, man. This is them, like, for real, on a 24/7 basis, 365 days, or 365 and a quarter days per year. That's just them. They were born the devil. I don't even want to mention certain aspects right now. But if you're not making money, don't worry. Just enjoy yourself just the same. Don't allow that to stop you. Okay? Businesses are going to start booming a little bit more. But of course, like, this is the Wheel of Fortune. And all of this stop is so that new people can come onto the Wheel of Fortune and get their time. So, of course, we're going to have businesses booming, but these are different businesses that are going to be booming once Jupiter goes direct, and Capricorn as well, because they're going to go direct in Aquarius. Okay, sudden changes. Of course, they're going to be, there's going to be travel, but where to and how far, because there's still going to be restrictions. Okay, I did tell people that, people are going to be moving away from religions. Okay, and going to be moving closer to the spiritual frequency. Okay, Pisces frequency, be more spiritual and not so sagey, and so Taurusy, rigid, and certain past beliefs and doctrines. Okay, so it's the end of the Christian era, we can say that. Okay, and we're going to see that manifesting this month. Okay, if you're observant enough, you will see it. You would have seen that we are actually gonna be shifting out of that, because now with everything going on, okay, we see that Christianity has not served anyone, okay, in any way, shape, or form. Of the many offerings and tithes they've collected from the poor, they have none of that to ricochet or to give back to the poor communities, impoverished communities, poor people. None of that. Okay, we see how they be praying against COVID-19, and there's nothing that's being done, because the power is not in their hands. Okay, it never was. It was just time. Okay, astrology, astrological aspects and frequencies. Okay, people are gonna be more balanced, and it's not about logical beliefs like Christianity, but it's about the things that make sense. Okay, the things that do make sense. We are in the age of Aquarius, one of the most sensible frequencies, because it deals with balance, the physical and the non-physical. Okay, so I am going to come back with the rest of the reading. That was just talking about the aspects. Okay, namaste.